Hey everyone, welcome to today's virtual write-in.
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah, we're more than halfway through the month now.
Yeah, day
Wow.
18, right? Did we do it right this week?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like my brain's a little bit more here this
Good,
week.
nice. So we're making progress.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't know that I'm making all that much progress on my novel.
Mentally.
Mentally. Yeah, how are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Let us know where you're writing from, what your word count is, how close you are to your goal. If you've already hit it, that's awesome. If you haven't, that's also totally fine.
Yep. Join the club.
Yeah, right.
There's a support group we meet on.
we meet every week here. Yeah, and also keep in mind that this is camp. It's a little more informal. You can change your goal if you want. If it's not working for you, I haven't done that yet, but I feel like I'm gonna need to lower it a little bit just because I haven't been writing as much as I had planned. But also, you might have already reached your goal, and you're like, I want to keep writing, and I want to bump it up a little bit to
challenge yourself a little bit more. Yeah,
exactly. And also a reminder that winning starts on the 20th. Wherever that is in your time zone. So that's when you can start officially validating and claiming your official win. Wow. So yeah.
You're ruining the curve, by the way, but that's okay. We'll forgive you.
Let's see.
So I saw we have some folks from Colorado, from Canada.
Megan Whitsett's on par, feeling good.
Awesome.
Angel Dev is from Colorado and about halfway to their goal. Rocket Joe 86 says, I'm a bit behind today, but only about 400 words. Hope to get this now. You can totally get 400 words in this virtual write-in.
Rue is in the UK.
Sarah Wright says, writing from hot England. That sounds nice.
Yeah. Where in England?
Yeah.
Catherine Webster, Australia in the bush. Very cool.
Avari 20 is in Germany and about 9K away from my 50K goal. That's awesome. Congrats.
Sandy Dude is in Northern Ireland. Harper Nicole said, I'm doing surprisingly well.
That's always a nice surprise. Ooh, somebody from Peru. Pennsylvania, Reno.
Ooh, Hero Song reached their 25,000 word goal on the 16th. That's awesome.
Nice. That's great.
Andrea Gearing, first time on from Georgia. Welcome.
Cool. Thomas Everett says, hi from Maryland, in the middle of revision, but keep reading what I think and not what's on the page. How do you not do that? Ooh, that's a good question. Because, yeah, definitely sometimes your brain autofills what you know should be there. Maybe try, I don't know if you're reading it like a printed copy or if you're reading it on a screen, but like, I don't know, maybe try putting your font in a different color or something. Could just little tricks. Yeah, just little tricks to kind of trick your brain into seeing it a little bit different or print it out in a different font. I was reading, oh man, I can't remember what it was now, but I was reading an article about Comic Sans, the font Comic Sans, which gets a bad rap, I feel like.
It's a little goofy, I guess.
Yeah, Comic Sans is kind of like the joke font, but it's actually supposed to be the best font for people with dyslexia because there's the most difference in between the letter shapes.
Oh, wow.
So that could be something to try.
Yeah, I think that's a really good trick, too, for different drafts. If you change the font, it's easier to keep track of, if you're not such a great dater. I think that's a good trick.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And if you've tried that, let us know if it works, or let us know if you have any tricks that you like to try. Oh man, yeah. Zara Wright says I've handwritten it and edited.
Yep.
I'm now typing it back onto my laptop, and I'm realizing mistakes I've made and that I didn't even notice when editing on paper.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah, I haven't transferred my word count either because of that. So
Yeah.
I'll have to get on that one of these days.
Sometimes I handwrite my first drafts, and I always feel like when I'm transferring it from the handwritten journal to the computer, that's kind of like my first editing draft. But what I noticed last time that I was doing this is sometimes I would like start to write something and I'd be like, I think this should happen here. And then I'd get like a paragraph down and I'm like, oh, that did happen. I just got to like my brain is clearly working in the same way on these things. So I don't know. That was fun.
You rewrote something you had already written.
Yeah, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if this happened here? And then I'd get like a sentence further along and I'd be like, oh, wait, I already did that.
It's really getting lost in the story.
Yeah. Also, I see that some people are trying to convince their friends to do camp with them. Yeah, that's great. You should totally do that.
Yeah.
It's always, I feel like anything is better when you have some kind of accountability.
Definitely.
Somebody who's going to say, hey, what are you working on?
Yep.
But
we all need that kick in the pants sometimes, I think.
Yes, very, very true. Speaking of, should we jump into our first prompter?
Yeah, let's do it.
Great.
So this will be a 5-minute writing sprint. And again, if the prompt doesn't work for you, feel free to ignore it and write whatever comes to your head. So we were thinking today something about how, let's say our character is somehow separated from their home. Maybe they get lost. Maybe they've lost their job, their apartment, or they've decided to go on some kind of adventure or a journey. Maybe they have to find someone or find something. So some kind of event that leads your character away from their home, from their familiar surroundings, from their community. So just a 5-minute writing sprint on that, being away from home.
Great.
All right.
I'm going to set my timer here, which I should have set up earlier, but okay. Okay. 5 minutes, warm-up sprint on your character being away from home. Ready?
All right.
Let's do this. Sorry, time's up. That was a fast 5 minutes. Yeah, great. Go ahead and wrap up your thoughts on that. If you want to maybe tell us what you wrote about in the chat, share a sentence or share your word count, let us know. Yeah.
How did that go?
It went well. I didn't exactly follow the prompt because my characters are kind of already away from home at the moment. But one of them kind of was starting to ask questions of like, how did we get here? Like, why is this happening? So that was fun to explore.
Yeah, I've been there for sure. I guess I backtracked even a little bit, and so my characters were talking. It was a discussion before the leaving, sort of what's leading them to leave. So yeah,
cool.
That's
great.
Let's see. Oh, Joelle got 132 words. Nice. Valerie P, 150 words of someone being kidnapped. Wow.
Ooh. Yeah, it's like a lot of people getting around the 150 mark here. I saw got 152. Madeline Godorsson got 153.
Ooh, Megan Whitsett, a little girl got kidnapped and my character is trying to get her back. Wow.
Ooh, that's a really good reason to be away from home.
Yeah.
Spirit Voice got 191 words and said, one of my main characters is trying to track down the other by asking for news at a general store.
Awesome. Sounds like a Wild West kind of thing.
Yeah. I also liked earlier in the chat, someone says, I try to get my mom to do camp, but she'd cheat and I'm not letting her do
Yeah, I saw that.
That's great. I love that.
She's only cheating herself. So.
Yeah. Also, I like that Charles Smith said, "It's clobbering time for those words." I want to use that every time I sit down to write. Like, it's clobbering time for these words. Oh, that's great. Ooh, Rocket Joe 86 said, I didn't follow the prompt as well, as my main character is already far from home. He attended an event especially held for him by a queen in a foreign country.
Ooh.
Cool. Ooh, Bethany Louise says, my main character leaves his home planet during the novel, so I wrote about one of the other major characters leaving her planet, which happens way before the novel begins.
Ooh. And let's see. Awesome.
Oh, also, Yosef says, I've participated in the write-in and I see that the sprints are for adventures or fantasy and not for historical fiction or modern novel or sci-fi. I mean, there are a lot of people writing adventure and fantasy novels here for sure. Like that's one of our biggest genres on the NaNoWriMo sites. But I think you can use this prompt for any genre, really.
Yeah. I've been geeking out on Ken Burns's The West on Netflix.
Okay.
So it's a documentary all about, you know, the West in the U.S. And a lot of those stories, you know, a lot of people are immigrants or, you know, they're coming from another country. It's a whole new world. They don't, you know, many different languages. I mean, so in history, I mean, you know, a lot of where we are now has come from people that have left their home.
Yeah. And I definitely think like the people writing about people leaving their home planets, like, you know, that's definitely sci-fi. Like, yeah, I feel like there's always something that you can use for any genre. I also sometimes I really enjoy reading or writing books that treat the everyday world as though it were a fantastic adventure. Because you know you can have you know there are so many stories about like just a normal everyday person like living their life, but the way in which it's described and kind of like the detail that they go into, you know. So I kind of think like there's so many books of like people living in New York City, and when I was a kid, like I was just like that seemed as fantastical to me as, you know, any fantasy adventure. Like, ooh, I don't actually know what New York City looks like. Like this world or these words are painting a world in my mind. In the same way that it would paint a fantasy world. So,
and that's the beauty of books. I mean, it's impossible for anyone to really get a chance to go everywhere and see everything. So we get to live many different lives through reading books.
For sure,
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know where this came from, but I'm seeing Eric Black Level says Clobber Paws is a great title, which I agree. And also Irish wolfhounds are cute AF. Yes. There's a bar near my house called the Wolfhound, and I recently met the wolfhound that it's named after, and his name is Rufus, and he's really cute.
You don't see those every day in the city.
No, they're so big.
Yeah.
Like I knew that they were big, but it wasn't until I met it. It was like, oh yeah, this is a big dog.
Oh, Four-Eyed Introvert says, I'm working on a romantic short story for my mom, a sci-fi short story for my cousin, and a couple fanfics.
Oh, that's cute. I love that. Oh man, that's like a great gift idea.
Absolutely.
It sounds like
a story tailored to a specific person.
I
that's
love
really sweet.
that. Yeah, I'll have to. Maybe I have to use that.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Everything you say on here can and will be used by other people.
Right. Sean Steele asks, do you like any neurotic novels? A Brave New World? I don't know exactly what you mean by neurotic novels, but I do like A Brave New World. Yeah. I
wonder, would Catcher in the Rye fall in that category?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm curious what you mean by neurotic novels. But I tend to associate Brave New World with like 1984 and kind of the other, like, I feel like there was a very specific type of dystopian novel that was written in sort of that time period, kind of in the earlier part of the 20th century. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I tend to think about those together. Oh, as Michaela says, A Clockwork Orange would probably be considered neurotic. That makes sense. I've never actually read A Clockwork Orange, but I vaguely know things about it. Oh, and Megan Whitsett says, next camp is July, right? Yeah. So Camp NaNoWriMo is held every April and July. So if you're not doing great this time, you'll have another chance in a couple of months. You can also always make your own challenges on the NaNoWriMo website. But it's also fun to know that a bunch of other people are doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
So July will be the next one. Oh, here's a good question from Grape Fry. Says, are you guys morning, evening, or night writers? I don't think my brain can form coherent sentences before 2 p.m.
Ooh.
How about you?
Typically, I like to write when I first wake up before, and the day kind of crashes in on me. I feel like my thoughts are more my own in the morning, but then sometimes the end of the day is really good for reflecting and all that. So yeah, I mean, I wish I knew. I wish I had that figured out. How about yourself?
I think I'm with Grape Fry here, and my brain does not work creatively in the mornings.
You need that intake first before.
Yeah, I just it takes me. I also think it takes me a good hour at least after I wake up to start functioning like a human being.
Yeah. When a human just had coffee, that's why.
Yeah, and I don't drink coffee. It's the other thing too. So I
knew that was your problem.
Yeah, right. That's my problem. Yeah, so I don't drink coffee, and I'm just not a morning person.
Yeah.
So definitely, I'm an evening writer. But looks like we have a lot of night writers here.
Yeah, I see. I'm not a morning person.
Wolf of War says, "What's a morning?" I'm seeing people talk about reverse nano.
Yeah, I was.
And I actually don't know what that is.
Yeah.
What is reverse nano? Fill us in. I feel like this is something that I should know.
Yeah. Hannah Crenshaw says, does anyone actually write in the evening? I do, but sometimes it'll be more of editing, maybe something I wrote in the morning, I'll let it sit for the day and then check it out at night, and sometimes some fresh edits will pop up for me.
Yeah. I was in November, I was writing pretty much right after I got back from work. That actually worked really well. Or I'd come back from work and I would take an hour to kind of decompress, and then I would write. And then whenever I finished, I would have the rest of the night to just chill.
Cool. So, yeah.
That worked for me.
Yeah.
Here we go. Spirit Voice says, I guess a reverse nano is you start day one writing more than double the usual word count. Then you write a little less every day until you're only one word away from 50K.
Whoa.
On the 30th. Whoa, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, that involves multiplication. I don't really do that.
It also involves a lot of writing.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes I have trouble. A lot of times I have trouble just meeting the daily word count, but that's super impressive if you can do that. And also, I guess kind of a good idea to front load things when you're really excited and you have all that energy.
Use it.
And then at the end when you're feeling burnt out, you're like, I only have to write one word.
Yeah.
That's great.
The loophole. I see.
Yeah. That's real. So that involves math. I am allergic to math. Maybe that's why I've been so sniffly.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's not spring allergies at all. All right. Should we move on to the next prompt?
Okay, so for sprint number 2, this will be a 10-minute sprint. And so basically, there's an event that occurs that leads your character away from home. So this is where your character kind of lands somewhere. They end up in unfamiliar territory, someplace they've never been before. You know, like we talked about, you know, maybe some people that speak a different language or observe a different religion, or, you know, you end up on an animal planet, or like Alice in Wonderland where there are talking animals, you know. So our character wanders or journeys away from home and ends up someplace that's completely unfamiliar to them. So this is maybe somewhere along the way, or it could be where their journey takes them to. Okay, so they've arrived at a location away from home.
Cool. Great. Yeah, so this one's going to be 10 minutes. I'll set my timer here. Yeah, so this is your character landing somewhere completely different than the home they've left. And let's go ahead and start. About 2 minutes left. Okay, that's time. Go ahead and wrap up what you're writing. Yeah, let us know if you used the prompt, how you used it, maybe the place where your character ended up, or if you wanted to share a sentence. I always love reading sentences. Yeah, how did you, how'd that one go for you?
All right, I guess I was trying to focus on some new things that the character's learning, like maybe some beliefs that are being challenged by seeing something new, something entirely different. It always changes your perspective.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's great.
And you?
Yeah, my characters are kind of meeting people that they thought they knew in the regular world, but it turns out that these people are very different in this other place. So they're trying to figure out that, like, how to interact with these people that they think they know, but really they're somebody completely different. So
is this like a doppelganger kind of situation, or
it's like it's kind of like they entered into this fairy realm, and so there were people that they knew in kind of like the normal world, that were kind of pretending to be regular humans.
I see.
So now they're finding out that they're not regular humans. And,
cool.
You know, that might be good or bad.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet. Let's see.
Megan Whitsett, his heart is beating 100 miles an hour. His terror for Phoebe is even stronger after seeing the gun in her father's hand.
Ooh. Also, I love it. I love it when people ask for advice here. I just saw that spirit voice say, "Gosh darn, I just forgot what sheep fur is called." And a bunch of people chimed in that it's wool.
Oh, right.
But I love that sheep fur.
Yeah.
S. Michaelis got 245 words. Bats Roll got 2 pages.
Shakespeare's last sentence is, "Until there is freedom, there is being the best of the best, perfection." Whoa.
Oh, Emily Ochiltree got 543 words. Awesome. Congrats.
Wow.
That was a really productive sprint for you. Angel Dev says, mostly describing someone experiencing being in an outdoor mall for the first time. That's great. Hannah Crenshaw says, my main character's teacher is about to figure out her secret, and it's going to spiral into a series of hilarious scenes. I'm so excited. I am now very, very curious what the secret that spawns many hilarious scenes is. I want to know. I want to read it.
Grace got 323 words. Now it was bright as day, a clearing lit up with lanterns and torches that definitely had not been there before.
Well, I like this one is from Mickey Marie. So much color. It was all so different. Almost too different to be real. Could it only be a dream? A shock of pain shot across her arm as she pinched herself. Hard. Ow. Nope. It's gotta be real.
It's one way to find out.
Yeah.
Ooh, technical clarification here. Rye says sheep fleece. Wool is what it gets made into. Whoa. Whole new
The
level.
more you know.
Ooh, Alex Vassar. Don't you know what happens when you fuse the necklace of souls with the possessor's circle? I don't know. I want to know.
Yeah. Grace got 323 words and said, now it was bright as day, a clearing lit up with lanterns and torches that definitely had not been there before.
Oh, Zara writes, everyone wants to know what Blobby is writing. He's so mysterious.
He's very secretive about his work. He doesn't show it to anyone. Someday it'll just be
the Blobbo Manifesto.
The Blobbo Manifesto. I love that. Somebody should write that.
Oh, the sheep conversation just keeps getting hotter and hotter.
Oh,
Eric Black Level wants to know, what is shearling then? Very good question.
I don't know.
Maybe your sheep expert can chime in here.
Oh, AV asked, but if Blobby is secretive, how will he win at camp? So when you validate your win, nobody actually reads it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. You just, if you're doing word count, you copy and paste it into like our word counting, and then the thing counts the words and then deletes them. So
maybe he's just using wingdings.
Maybe he's writing a novel entirely in wingdings. Speaking of excellent fonts. What does Blobby call his fan club? Ooh, that's a good question.
Ooh.
The Blobsters?
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
Blobsters?
They wear matching leather jackets, I think. Yeah, something like that. Oh, Batswell asked, how do you validate if you're counting pages and writing by hand? That's the boat I'm into.
Yeah, so honestly, a lot of it is we rely on the honor system. So if you're writing by hand, you can either manually count the words that you're doing. What I would recommend, because that takes a long time, is to maybe like count how many words to a page and average out how many words per page you write.
Yeah.
Or some people do like an average of how many words per line they write, and then multiply that. So I usually do an average of how many words per page that I write, and then I multiply that by how many pages I have. And then there will be an option when winning happens for you to there's basically a word count generator, and you can type in how many words you have, and it'll generate just that many words in gobbledygook, and you can copy and paste that in to validate it.
Cool.
But I think there's also, for camp, there's also an option where you can just click a validation button, because if you're counting pages or hours, there's no way to measure that. So I think it's just kind of like you click the validation button and then a message pops up that says, are you sure? you really did this?
Yeah.
You cool? And then you can click that and that'll validate it. So yeah, honor system. We trust you. Yeah, we trust you.
Don't let us down.
Don't let us down. Blobby the Hut. Oh, AV says, no, not leather jackets, monocles, and top hats. Yeah.
Ooh.
Monocles, top hats, and leather jackets. Why not?
Why not?
those are the super fans. Oh man, so good. I love hanging out with you guys. Thanks for doing this. This is great. It's good for my writing. It's also good for my soul.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like this sentence from Binary. Eli looks around the unfamiliar streets with trepidation. They look different somehow. Now he isn't just sneaking out, but has run away for good.
Ooh, cross the line.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've got about 15 minutes left, so why don't we do one last 10-minute writing prompt here?
All right. So we have a 10-minute sprint. So now your character has spent, some amount of time in this new and interesting, exciting location outside of their home. So now we're at a point where the character must decide if they will stay or if they will return home, or if they have to move on to, say, the next checkpoint, the next part of their journey. So you have to think about, are they being held against their will? Is it an escape situation? Or maybe they feel strangely at home in this new location, maybe in a way they didn't feel comfortable in their home. So, so we're just at a place where the character kind of needs to decide in one way or another if they plan to stay in this new and unfamiliar place or return home or move on.
Yeah.
So about 10 minutes.
Great. Let me reset my timer. All right, 10 minutes. Let's start now. Got about 2 minutes left. All right. Time is up. Go ahead and finish up what you're working on. Yeah, drop in sentences, word counts. Let us know what you wrote. I got really into that one. I didn't want to stop writing.
Yeah? Where did it take you?
Oh man, I don't even know. I think my character wants to return home but doesn't know how. So yeah, she's kind of stuck there for now. Trying to figure out how to break free.
That's a real dilemma. Yeah.
How about you?
I don't know. It kind of went off in tangents, but almost kind of similar, like, but in a different way. Maybe figuring out, maybe sometimes there's no place to return to. Like, you think you can go back to the same situation, but something's been altered in a way that it won't be the same again. So, can you go back? If you want another prompt, there you go.
Yeah, no, that's a great prompt in and of itself. Yeah. Like, wow. Let's see, how'd you guys do?
Oh, I like AV said, "Oh, she definitely wants out." Shakespeare, 155 words. That's more than I would have had without the sprint. Awesome.
Yeah. Of course, for you, got 491 words. Oh, Eva Sean had this couple of sentences. Said he pulled the paper out again and shredded it with his fingers. The shreds drifted down like snow, settling on the floor to be swept up later.
Whoa.
Like that. What was on the paper?
Yeah. Four-eyed introvert. I'm on a roll. Woohoo.
Nice. Yeah.
Someone had 1,000 or so words from this sprint.
Oh, nice. Nancy Dunn got about 350 words that time.
Ooh, I like this. Angel Dev, my character was asking his enemy for help getting out of the situation he's stuck in. That's a great reversal. That's
great. Rye Pie got 253 words. And the sentence is, the collie looked at him with one ear up and one ear folded over. She did that when she was puzzled about something. I can just see it, like a little
Yeah.
I love collies and herding dogs. They're my favorite.
Yeah.
I have an Australian
They're so
Shepherd at
smart.
home.
Yeah.
They're so
okay.
cute. I love them. Yeah, I have a 16-year-old Australian Shepherd.
Wow.
He's an old boy.
Oh, wow.
But I like this. Catherine Webster eats reward chocolate after writing 2 scenes. Yes, you deserve that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zara Wright's got 1,060 words written in the 25 minutes writing time. That's
so
great.
awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, at Rocket Joe 86 said mid-action is a good point to stop and go to bed. Can't wait for tomorrow. Cool.
I love that is a good point. Kind of stopping at a
Mhm.
point where you can't wait to pick it back up when you know what's going to happen next.
Especially if you're entering a dream state, because answers do arrive that way.
That's true. Yeah.
Your subconscious is working overtime.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Rocket Joe 86 said, plus I nearly hit my goal for tomorrow, too. That's great.
Wow.
Cool. All right. Well, it's 2:00 here, so that's kind of time for us. I really, really enjoyed hanging out with you guys here. Hopefully it helped.
Yeah. I'm ready to fall into the 4th week of camp coming up pretty soon.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that we're kind of on the home stretch now. It seems like it just started yesterday.
Home stretch if we've been doing our homework.
Well, yeah, more or less.
We've got a lot of catching up to do before I hit
That's
the home
true.
stretch.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Ooh, excuse me.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks. We'll be back here again next week. Same time, same place. Oh, I did see somebody had asked if we could do these later at some point for people who are in school. Maybe at some point we will. We also have people coming from all over the world, so we try not to do them too late, especially since I know some of you are in the UK or Europe, like around there, and I know it's kind of late for you there. Although I know some of you are coming from Australia, and it's super early in the morning there. So, yeah, it's really hard to find a time that works for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see. Usually it'll probably still be around the same time. But thanks so much for joining. Take care. Remember to subscribe if you want to get notifications about when we have new videos coming up and everything. I think next week we're actually our next camp counselor is going to have some video advice for you.
Awesome.
So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
But
I'll need it.
Yeah. Oh, also, real quick before we go, Great Fry asked, do we post these prompts anywhere? They're actually in the video description. So after this is over, you can just go to the video description and click show more, and all the prompts are there listed. So, cool. All right. That's it. Bye, guys.